Earlier in 2020, I shared my vision for expanded services and resources in the areas of housing and human services for the City of Frederick, the Frederick Community Action Agency. Frederick Community Action Agency has provided food, shelter, medical care, housing, and other forms of assistance since 1968. As the needs of our community have evolved, it was clear that we needed a governmental agency that could grow with those needs. The city needed a catalyst where the physical, mental, and socioeconomic environment supports our residents in making healthy choices, achieving educational and economic success, finding quality and inclusive housing, and engaging in robust social and cultural networks. Upon review and approval by the Board of Aldermen, the Department of Housing and Human Services became a reality, and the search for a director of this department commenced. The director position was advertised for 6 weeks beginning in late March. I selected a search committee that included Chris Bickle, Nick Brown, Betsy Day, Kim Dine, Diane Fink, and Mitch Hose to work with HR and assist in the screening of candidates. The committee surveyed the community for the expectations of the new director, reviewed the applications, and conducted 2 rounds of interviews. I received finalists from the committee and then engaged an internal staff interview panel to engage in a final round of interviews. I am excited today to share that a final selection was made, and earlier today, the Board of Aldermen approved the selection and appointment of Ramenta Cottrell as the Director of Housing and Human Services for the City of Frederick. Ramenta is a connector, an evaluator, and a passionate leader who has the ability to successfully leverage strategic partnerships to streamline interagency services and to create efficiencies within existing funding sources. Since 2013, Ramenta has served the communities of Frederick and Carroll counties under the umbrella of Goodwill Industries of Monocacy Valley. Utilizing Goodwill's national reach, she capitalized on her opportunity to collaborate with human service leaders across the nation to share best practices and data-driven initiatives for replication of services locally. Ramenta is actively involved in various nonprofit collaborations, is an active member of the Board of Directors at Newspire Arts, and has served on the 2020 Strategic Planning Steering Committee at Frederick Community College. In addition to her commitment to Frederick, Ramenta continues to collaborate with nonprofit leaders statewide, specifically supporting initiatives for vocational, adaptive, and educational supports for youth and adults with disabilities. Through various partnerships, Ramenta continues the development of a program supporting youth with disabilities as they transition to adulthood. Her educational background, which includes bachelor's degrees in psychology and Spanish from Temple University, master's degrees in special education and counseling from Arcadia University, has helped to shape her philosophy regarding holistic programming. As a lifelong learner, she continuously seeks opportunities for learning that are applicable to her leadership development. Currently, she is completing an MBA in Business Administration and an MA in Humanities at Hood College. Fundamental to the role is Ramenta's belief that everyone, despite perceived disadvantages, can obtain their goals with the appropriate accommodations, motivation, and access to resources. I concur and look forward to working with her to support this vision. I would like to invite Ramenta to the podium to share a few words.
Thank you, Mayor O'Connor. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ramenta Cottrell, and I'm very excited about this opportunity to continuously serve the City of Frederick. I have worked in Frederick for the past 7 years under the umbrella of Goodwill and have really leveraged the partnerships to create more strategies within the nonprofits that exist. I have been very inspired by the Frederick community, mainly because it's a very collaborative community where the nonprofit leaders and the funders and the residents are really united with a shared mission. I am inspired by the collaborations, and I really feel that I have the background to bring more data-driven initiatives to the city, and I'm really looking forward for the opportunities to help the city to live their mission and help to unite the voice of the people that we serve to the community leaders. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to serving the city of Frederick.
Thank you, Ramenta. As the Department of Housing and Human Services continues to evolve and grow, I also want to take a moment to thank our Acting Director, Janet Jones, for her tireless work and leadership, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. She and the entire team have been critical contributors to the future of our housing and human services in the Frederick community. I would also like to thank the Search Committee for their work during unusual interviewing times and the ongoing commitment and support of the FCAA and Friends for Neighborhood Progress boards. As we move forward, we will welcome Ramenta officially in October and are eager to reintroduce Ramenta to the community in this new role as the first Director of Housing and Human Services in the City of Frederick. I look forward to the community's collaboration as the department takes its next steps in its evolution. I am now happy to take questions from the media that has joined us here today. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening.